Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel again. And today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 artists of every decade from the 50s right up to 2010 to above. And I'm going to be starting on the 50s. My fifth artist working to the best artist of that decade. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Let's get started. Right, in the 50s, we start with number 5. Sorry. At my number 5 of the 50s is Dean Martin. This is his platinum collection. It's a 3 LP, 48 all-time classics, including Volare, That's Amore, Memories Are Made of This, Sway, many more. I just like I like the swing scene. I like Dean Martin's voice. It's a gatefold sleeve. I went to actually see a Rat Pack tribute, which was really good before. It was a really good tribute act. It was the Rat Pack live at Vegas or something. It's all white LPs, as you can see. There's 3 of them and they're all white. That is my number 5 artist, Dean Martin. Going on to number 4. My 4th best artist of the 50s is none other than Frank Sinatra. Now I'm doing these countdowns and I know this is 50s. Frank did songs in 60s and 70s also. I'm just picking from, it's not necessarily the best decade of the music, but I'm picking them artists because they did a lot of significant work in them decades, you know. It might not be the best decade, like the 50s in Frank's best decade for me. I like his 60s era, it's a bit more upbeat era, but it's 50 original classics. It's a Frank Sinatra Platinum Collection. Again, it's another gatefold. Three discs, the same as the last one. It's got some good songs on here, some good Frank Sinatra songs. Come Fly With Me, I Get a Kick Out of You, I Got You Under My Skin, One More for My Baby and One More for the Road, Blue Moon. A lot of good ones on here. Could go on with Frank Sinatra's good songs because he is a classic singer, great singer. That is my 4th best artist of the 50s, Frank Sinatra. I'll just check what colour vinyls. I think these might be white also. Yes, these are also white vinyls. And like I say, it's a triple vinyl set this. I'm not, of course, showcasing all my collections of these artists. I've just picked out an hand selection of different records from the artist to showcase. My number 3 artist is going to get a bit showcased because let me just sort this. Yeah, trios. I do have other Jim Reeves albums. He is my number 3 best artist of the 50s. I love Gentleman Jim, love his smooth voice, find him very soothing. This is a box set. The Immortal Jim Reeves. This has got One, two, three, four, five, 6 LPs. It's got the first one, A Legend in His Time, then The Country Roots, Friends Everywhere, Gospel Inspiration, Melodies of Love, and Just Jim. It's got a lot of the classic Jim songs on here. Welcome to Our World, Hurt So Much. What else is there? I don't really. I haven't heard of a lot of these. I don't look at a lot of the titles. I know the songs, but iffy on titles, man. But there is a lot of good Jim Reeves songs out there. It's your standard black virals. Jim Reeves has just got a good voice, man. You know what I'm saying? He's very laid back. My granddad and nan used to listen to him, I think, as well. I won't show you all these vinyls. Well, I might. There's not many. I'll just show you them quickly though. Yeah, see, this is not my only collection. I do have other vinyls by him. Same as the other artists. I do have other actual vinyls by them, but I've just picked a selection out just to showcase you and tell you about the artists that come in at my favourites. And this is number 3, Jim Reeves. Sorry. Final one. It's a good box set. Got this box set quite cheap. The Reader's Digest box set. There's a guarantee. Wow, when Reader's Digest used to do stuff like vinyls, that was cool, man. Yeah, so that's my third best artist, and that is Jim Reeves. Coming up to my second best artist of the 50s now. This one's gonna stick with the Italian kind of theme, because as we know, I think, is Frank Italian? He's American? I think Dean Martin's Italian, but anyway, here we are, number 2, Paul Anka. This is his 21 golden hits. Like, he sang it, he wrote his first song, Diana, at the age of 15. I mean, that's some talented writing, man. And the voice on him when he sang it when he was 16, hell of a voice. He actually wrote My Way for Frank Sinatra. It's a standard black vinyl. This is what it comes in. Yeah, this is my second best artist, Paul Anka. He's just done a lot of classic songs, which I'll go through. Diana, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, Lonely Boy, Puppy Love, You Are My Destiny, Crazy Love, Adam and Eve. I mean, there's just lots of good tracks on here. This is one of my favourite records of Paul Anka's, because it has all his best songs on. And it's his early 50s, well, late 50s work, mid to late 50s work, which is my favourite time of his voice, to be honest. He turned a bit more swing later on. But I really appreciate his 50s sound, man, when he was younger. Bit more soul there, if you ask me, but this is number 2, Paul Anka. And my number 1 of the 50s, before we go on to the 60s, my number 1 artist of the 50s is Sam Cooke, Portrait of a Legend, this vinyl is. Just recently got this on vinyl. It's a gatefold sleeve, tells you about the songs inside. I've had this on CD for a long time. I used to listen to this on CD all the time. But yeah, finally got it on vinyl. It's a double LP. That's what you get in it. It's not just a plain white sleeve actually. Yeah, clear vinyls. This is the second. Tells you the years of the songs, etc. Musicians and whatnot. It's a nice info on there. Sam Cooke's just got one of them voices, you know what I mean? I could just kick back to Sam Cooke. He sings a lot of gospel, a lot of old soul. I mean, A Change Gonna Come, that's a classic song. Only 16, You Send Me, Touch the Hem of His Garment, Bring It On Home to Me, love that song. Twisting the Night Away, Cupid, The Chain Gang, Summertime, Little Red Rooster, Having a Party. I mean, there's just no end of classics on this album, man. This is just Sam Cooke at his best. His life tragically ended too soon. I believe he was shot in an hotel. Yeah, so that's my number one artist of the 50s, Sam Cooke. Right. Let's get to the 60s, shall we? Coming in at number 5 in the 60s, my 5th best artist. This one's probably going to be a surprise. He may just fall off the list anytime soon. I'm yet to re-listen to some Otis Redding, man. I love some Otis Redding. And his 60s Otis Redding. I think he could knock this dude off the spot. But for now, here he is. This is, yep, Charles Manson, that crazy motherfucker. I love his voice. I've got a few of his vinyls. This one I believe was recorded in prison. And if I remember correctly, it's his standard black vinyl. Yeah, I believe Charlie recorded this in prison. Yeah, recorded by Charles Manson at the Vacville Medical Facility, September 1982, September 1984, April 1985, remastered by John Milton. Like I say, this was recorded in the 80s, but Charles Manson did a lot of songs in the 60s, so I just included this vinyl just because he's a 60s dude. I still need to get the actual 60s album, which is Lie, which is a classic album. Look at Your Game Girl, Garbage Dump, Clang Clang Clang, When the Big Iron Door. People Say I'm No Good. There's some good ones, man. Yeah, so my number 5 artist of the 60s is Charles Manson. A lot of folk music. He was a bit of a lost soul, I personally think. I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but that's just my opinion, and we all have them all. They're like assholes, you know what I mean? So, Charles Manson, good musician either way, whether you like the man or not. At number 4 in my artist of the 60s, probably get a bit more love for this one. This is the Rolling Stones. Bit of Mick Jagger. This is Yacht Rock's 1964 to 1971. Here's a gatefold sleeve. It's basically like a best of from 64 to 71 basically. It's got a lot of good songs on here. Time is on my side, I can't get no satisfaction. Painted black, under my thumb, Ruby Tuesday, Jumping Jack Flash, Sympathy for the Devil, Honky Tonk Woman, Gimme Shelter. Can't always get what you want, Brown Sugar, Wild Horses, just endless good songs on Rolling Stones. They've done endless great songs. I didn't used to be keen on them actually, but I acquired a love for them over the years, you know. I like that with a lot of the artists, it's your standard black vinyl. Yeah, I like that with a lot of artists. It takes me a while to warm to some artists. Some shit I am warm to is modern music, not really, you know what I mean. Yeah, this is my number 4th best artist of the 60s, the Rolling Stones. Coming in at number 3, the 3rd best artist of the 60s for me. Let me just... It is Doors. This is a special... This is LA Woman. This is a special... I mean, this is of course, I think, a 70s album, but The Doors was a 60s band prominently. I didn't pick one of the 60s albums just because I wanted to showcase this album basically. This is what goes on the back. It is a vinyl and a triple CD, I believe. I'll just put that there for now. This is what we get inside. We've got a thick booklet. Let's just have a look through this. A lot of booklet of information about making the album, I think. I haven't actually read it yet. I never get around to reading these things, I really should. I used to back in the day, but you know, I just find myself listening to the music more these days. But yeah, it's nice to have still. It's nice that the effort's been put there. Got my hype sticker, 3 CDs, 1 LP. This is a 50th anniversary deluxe edition of this album. Yeah, The Doors, Jim Morrison, man. That's what we get inside. What can you say about Jim Morrison, the Lizard King? Great voice. He kind of, he's the 60s really, isn't he? Bit of Jim Morrison. It's his standard black vinyl. I believe the CDs are progressions as they work through the songs. I haven't actually listened to the CDs yet, only the vinyl. But I don't listen to CDs as much these days, even though I have a huge CD collection. Most of what I have on vinyl I originally had on CD, and just expanded more on vinyl really. But yeah, anyway, I digress. 3rd best artist, The Doors. This has got some good songs on, like, what's it called? Riders in a Storm. That's a classic song. I can't remember the other songs on this album, to be honest. But let's see. Changeling, LA Woman, that's it. Crawling, King Snake. Good band all in all, The Doors. Everyone knows The Doors. People Are Strange, Light My Fire, good band, and my 3rd best band of the 60s. Okay, coming in at number 2, my 2nd best artist of the 60s. Probably not a lot of you have heard of him. I'd imagine. I don't know who's watching really. A lot of you could have heard of him. It is Tim Buckley. Jeff Buckley's dad, of course. This is Star Sailor, my favourite album by Tim Buckley. I do have a giant box. This is out of the 7 LP box set. With all the studio albums in. Can't really see that properly, but I think it's your standard black vinyl. Yeah, standard black. Tim Buckley's got an amazing voice, very unique. He's done different sounds through the years. I think this album was 70s if I remember correctly. I think it was maybe 1970. Like I say, I know we're in the 60s, but this is his 70s album. I could have picked his 60s album, but I didn't. But he's a prominent artist of the 60s, Tim Buckley. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. Check out the song to Siren, or which other one's a good one to listen to? Come Here Woman, that's a Clash track, right? Yeah, so the second best artist of the 60s for me, Jeff Buckley's dad, unfortunately died very young, Tim Buckley. My best artist of the actual 60s come out now, once I've sorted these vinyls. Anyway, yeah, it is. My favourite artist of the 60s is the Beatles. Now I'm showing you 2 albums here just because you can't have the red without the blue. This is a collection of all the best songs, I reckon. It's all the singles, I think. These are triple vinyls. Only recent released. It's got the blue edition's got the new Beatles song on, Now and Then, which was released 2023. The last Beatles song, I believe. This one's on red vinyl. You can see the half-eaten apple on those side B. Yeah, it's triple. This is a triple vinyl. They're all red. This is what you get inside. Gatefold sleeve. If you're gonna get into the Beatles, if you want to check the Beatles out, hear what the Beatles are like, definitely get the red and blue albums in my opinion, because it showcases the best of the Beatles, and you get to hear how they sort of progress, and especially go for the triple vinyl, not the double vinyl, because the triple vinyls actually have some classic songs that was missing off the original double vinyls, such as on the red one, I saw her standing there, twist and shout, roll over Beethoven, you really got a hold on me, Taxman. I mean, I don't know how to miss some of these songs out originally, but it's good to see them here again. This one's the Beatles 1962 to 1966. The blue one is the Beatles 1967 to 1970. Got a little bit older, got a little bit wiser, the sound changed a bit, got a bit more psychedelic. This is a blue album, as you see. Nice blue vinyl. Again, it's a triple vinyl. Another one of these inserts. And again, it is a gatefold sleeve. But yeah, the Beatles, man, they've done every song on these albums. There's not one bad song, to be honest. The worst song for me is still a pretty fucking good song. The extra disc has such songs as Now and Then, the new song, Dear Prudence. Don't know if you remember the Susie and the Banshees cover. Glass Onion. I actually really love Glass Onion. Oh Darling, my favourite Beatles song, which can't believe I missed that out. Yeah, some good ones on here. As a Beatles. I might do this video in 2 parts because time's dragging on a bit. I think we'll do the 70s and then I'll stop and do the others after on video 2. I hope you still watch video 2. See what goes on for my top 5 artists of the other years. But anyway, the 70s coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 5 we have Crowrock Band. This is Guru Guru. I love a bit of Crowrock. Crowrock for me is the 70s. It's probably my favourite genre of music, if one of my favourite genres, if not my favourite genre. I just love Crowrock, man. It's experimental, bit rocky, bit electronic, bit kind of progressive sort of rock in there as well. This is Can Guru Guru Kangaroo Kangaroo. Yeah, this is Guru Guru, my 5th best artist. Like I said, they're a Crowrock band. My man's Skeleton Monkey, love that dude. It's a little nickname I give him. I love the dude. Great drummer. Yeah. Crowrock at number 5, Guru Guru. Coming in at number 4 is some more Crowrock. And we have Can. This is, I can never pronounce this, Egi Bamyasi Okoshoton. I don't know. I fucked that up probably, but you know. Can. Guru Guru. Not Guru Guru. Same as Guru Guru. A Crowrock band. Another one of the great Crowrock bands. Got a lot of albums by them. I believe this is a coloured vinyl, yeah, it's a green vinyl. Damo Suzuki has very unique voice. I love his work. What was that stupid download card? Yeah, this is my 4th best artist. This is Can, of a Crowrock band. Now my 3rd best artist is similar sort of vibe, but this is an English band. This is a prog rock band. This is Pink Floyd. This is the album The Wall. Probably, along with Dark Side of the Moon, one of the most well-known albums. Another brick in the wall on here, of course, with the Headmaster. Saw a great tribute band of these. Brilliant. It was probably just as good as the real thing, to be honest. It had the inflatables, had the lasers. It was awesome. I think this is a double vinyl. Just standard black. Pink Floyd, what can you say about them, bro? If you haven't listened to Pink Floyd, you've definitely got to check out some Pink Floyd, man, because you don't know what you're missing in your life. I'd recommend starting with my favourite album by them, which is Dark Side of the Moon. It's an obvious go-to, but it's it's an obvious go-to because it's a fucking classic, you know what I mean? This is also a classic. If you don't listen to, if you don't dig the vibe of Dark Side of the Moon, check out The Wall, because I think you'll dig that. Comfortably Numb, a classic track off here. I can't remember if this one. Yeah, is this? No, it's not a special edition. But yeah, my third best artist of the 70s, Pink Floyd. Progressive rock band. My second best artist of the 70s is another Crowrock band. That's 3 Crowrock bands for the 70s. Like I said, I'm a fan of Crowrock. It is Amon Jewel 2. This is Wolf City. This is a good album. One of my favourite Amon Jewel 2 albums. Got a few of their albums. This is a double one. Got some good tracks on here, Surrounded by the Stars. One of the bonus tracks, I can't remember which one it is because I never look at the track listings, like I say. But one of the bonus tracks on here, I think it's got a drum and bass sort of vibe to it. I'm not sure if it's a bonus track that's a bit more modern, you know, but the rest of the album's 70s. But yeah, it's a gatefold, like I say, it's double LP. This is what you're getting inside. Yeah, it's your standard black vinyl. Amon Jewel 2 is just a very out there band. Probably not for everyone, to be honest. I really dig them because to me they are Crowrock, but probably not everyone's cup of tea, everyone's vibe. Amon Jewel 2, my second best artist of the 70s. And my final number 1 artist of the 70s. This is a no-brainer, because if you watch my previous videos you should probably have guessed this one. It is Black Sabbath. Brilliant Ozzy Osbourne. Prince of Darkness. This is a gatefold sleeve. Can't beat a bit of Black Sabbath. It's next level, man. These are next level music for me. Just like just the best band. This is their first album. This has got Ozzy's first song he wrote, Black Sabbath, which I love. Absolutely killer track to open up with. Evil Woman I enjoy. The Wizard, of course. There's some good tracks on here. Yeah, Tony Iommi on lead guitar. Kills it every time. Who's the dude on bass? Geezer Butler, yeah. Ozzy on vocals, of course. Bill Ward on drums. Everyone's likely to have heard of Sabbath's second album, the one with Paranoid, War Pigs, a lot of the more well-known ones. If you're gonna check out Sabbath, I'd probably start with the second album. It probably introduces you a bit better to Sabbath. Bit more mainstream sound, not mainstream, but you know, yeah, the Godfathers of metal. As my number 1 artist of the 70s, Black Sabbath. And I hope you'll join me for my second part of this video, which will be discussing the final half of my list. The top 5 artists of the 80s, 90s, 2000s and 2010 and above. And that will be my next video. Thank you for listening. Bye.